Now it's 7 here in the Bay Area. Tears and hugs as hundreds of federal health workers learned today with little warning that they're being let go.
We're still kind of shocked. We just got the notice.
It's been an honor to serve the citizens of this country.
Why these workers say it is the most vulnerable in other communities, our communities that may be hurt the most. And their families, along with tens of thousands of others, were rounded up and forced into internment camps during World War II.
It was unfair. It was racist.
We need to remember this history.
And now this South Bay couple worries history may be repeating itself. And meet the Castro Valley Avengers. Their superpowers? Some good old-fashioned detective work, how they managed to track down a thief who not only burglarized their store, but several others as well. And this empty storefront has been Pleasanton's running April Fool's joke for years. But why this time it's actually coming soon?
This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
Today, thousands of federal health workers across the country woke up to those dreaded layoff emails. Their jobs eliminated as the Trump administration promised to shrink and reorganize the department that's supposed to protect the health of Americans. And this time, a lot of those cuts are hitting close to home, with more than 300 people from Health and Human Services San Francisco office told to pack up and leave. This office serves all of California, along with some other surrounding states. Kara St. Cyr heard from fired workers who spent a majority of their careers there, helping people who may need it the most.
Tears flowed at the Nancy Pelosi Federal Building here in San Francisco as several hundred federal workers learned they'd been fired.
We're still kind of shocked. We just got the notice. We're passionate, we're committed public servants, so it's hard.
Arendira Guerrero was just one of more than 10,000 federal employees fired in a mass layoff across the U.S. Health and Human Services Department today, with the closure of this building set to impact more than 300 staffers. Health Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. ordered the cuts in his effort to remake the agency.
We're going to streamline HHS to make our agency more efficient and more effective. We're going to imbue the agency with a clear sense of mission to radically improve the health of Americans and to improve agency morale.
The Pelosi building where Guerrero worked each day operates federal health programs like Medicaid and resources for AIDS and HIV care. Former Speaker Nancy Pelosi fired back at the cuts, saying the reported plans to restructure HHS and close the San Francisco regional office would directly harm our most vulnerable communities and make America sicker. Tyler Tamir, the executive director of the San Francisco AIDS Foundation, says the cuts send a clear message.
It still causes extreme fear in folks that are living with HIV. It causes a feeling of instability and uncertainty.
Julie Fong, who was also fired, says the impact will be felt even wider.
I don't think the regular taxpayer understands how government works and how these services actually serve them until they don't get their Social Security payment, they don't get their SNAP, they don't get their welfare check.
The Food and Drug Administration, which deals with food safety, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention also saw cuts today. California has joined a lawsuit against the Department of Health and Human Services after the Trump administration made more than $11 billion in cuts to public health grants. The 23-state coalition, along with the District of Columbia, say the money was being used for, quote, urgent public health needs that are now not being addressed. Transgender rights took center stage at the state capitol today. People lined up and down the Capitol hallways to testify on both sides of two bills. Those bills would have prevented transgender students from playing in girls' sports and required students only use bathrooms and locker rooms based on their assigned sex at birth. Democratic lawmakers ended up killing both bills, and today people on both sides of the issue spoke out.
We are fighting a battle against people who want to squash our ability to express ourselves.
The opportunities I and so many other female athletes have worked so hard for now feel out of reach.
This comes after U.S. Education Secretary Linda McMahon wrote a letter to Governor Newsom last week, warning that the state could lose federal funds if they continue to allow transgender athletes in women's sports. Tonight, we are hearing from a pair of longtime South Bay residents whose families were forced into internment camps during World War II. They say President Trump's use of the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 is bringing up painful memories of that time, when it was used to round up 120,000 Japanese Americans. That same act, now the justification for the deportation of Venezuelan immigrants. And as our Ryan Yamamoto shows us, for many in these Japanese American communities, it's stirring up sadness and anxiety.
To take a step inside this tiny museum in San Jose is like walking into the past, where Tom Izu and Susan Hayase hope people will learn about a painful time for the Japanese American community.
We need to remember this history.
We never want this to happen again to any other people.
On December 7, 1941, Imperial Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, thrusting America into World War II and sparking a rise in anti-Japanese sentiment. 120,000 Japanese living on the West Coast, 70,000 U.S. citizens, were rounded up and sent to one of 10 internment camps in the country.
It didn't matter if you were a citizen at all.
Tom's family was taken to the Poston camp in Arizona. Susan's family to the Amachi camp in Colorado.
It was unfair. It was racist.
To justify the incarceration of the Japanese, the U.S. government used the Alien Enemies Act of 1798.
The act basically says that when it is a declared war or a predatory incursion by a foreign government, then people can be removed.
It is the same act UC Law San Francisco professor Rory Little, who teaches constitutional law, says the Trump administration is now using to arrest and deport Venezuelan immigrants accused of being gang members and drug dealers, as those gangs are, quote, threatening an invasion or predatory incursion against the United States.
The administration today is saying, oh, you know, the invasion of our country by gangs that we say are effectively controlling a foreign government, that ought to be included within the compass of the statute.
Currently, the Federal Court of Appeals has put a temporary block on the Trump administration's interpretation of the Alien Enemies Act. The White House says it plans to appeal the case to the U.S. Supreme Court. Meanwhile, for those in the Japanese American community whose families were taken away without due process 83 years ago, it is like watching history repeat itself.
And this is just a travesty of justice. And when I look at these pictures of the barracks and think about my parents being there, I think of what a nightmare it is to be accused and not to be able to defend yourself.
Until this year, the Alien Enemies Act has only been invoked 3 times, each during a major conflict. Most recently, World War II, used during the Japanese internment, which decades later, President Reagan and Congress have apologized. So the U.S. government admitting what they did was wrong. On to Castro Valley, Crush Comics store owner Josh Hunter never thought he'd find himself starring as the hero in a real-life detective story, but that's exactly what happened after he helped police find the suspect connected to a string of robberies at comic shops and toy stores across the East Bay. Josh says it started when one of his employees found a very specific comic book for sale on eBay, where the seller just happened to look a lot like the mystery man in the hoodie in surveillance footage of the robbery. Josh then turned over the information to the police, and 3 days later, they searched the home of the 29-year-old suspect, where they found tens of thousands of dollars of comic books, collectibles, and Lego sets.
Everybody's really appreciative. Everybody's really cool. We have now like a little text group chain of shop owners talking about it.
The majority of the stolen goods have since been returned. Police are still on the lookout for the other suspect connected to the robberies. CHP officers made a huge discovery when they responded to a crash on westbound 580 last week. On Wednesday, they responded to a 2-car crash involving a U-Haul truck where they found trash bags filled with over 2,000 pounds of marijuana and over $13,000 in cash. The driver of the U-Haul is now facing drug possession charges. California will have plenty of water this year. The Sierra Nevada seeing a bountiful snowpack for the third year in a row. Take a look. The region provides almost 1/3 of the state's water supply, and today it stands at 96% of its historical average.
And there was more snow falling as they did the survey. Well, we saw more rain across the Bay Area. The radar replay over the last 12 hours shows the scattered showers, occasional heavier downpours moving across the Bay Area, but these are going to wind down, especially now that the sun is going down. We'll take a look ahead to a drier and warmer pattern in the First Alert forecast.
Hey, it's April Fool's, and you know what? This is a running April Fool's joke in Pleasanton. It's an empty storefront that says it's coming soon. And really, it's coming soon.
I don't believe it. It's been coming for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years.
But after years of sitting empty, is it really opening soon? I got to the bottom of it next. A major San Francisco street is getting a new bike lane. The SFMTA today approved the changes to Oak Street in the Panhandle. It means the street will go from 4 lanes down to 3. There will also be improvements to crosswalks. A similar project on Fell Street cut collisions by 38%. Cook's Seafood has been coming soon to Pleasanton for years, 8 years to be exact. The coming soon signs have been posted outside the building since 2017. So naturally, when the restaurant announced it is opening soon, no one believed it. They think it's just one big joke, an April Fool's joke once again. But I'm here to tell you, Cook's Seafood is opening soon. See for yourself. This empty Cook's Seafood building with a coming soon sign has become a known empty fixture in Pleasanton for years. Almost a running joke that it's coming soon.
I don't believe it. It's been coming for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years.
We're waiting for it for so long time.
Tenant improvements have delayed the opening for quite a while. But even now that it's been given the all clear to open, people still aren't buying it. It's coming soon.
I still don't believe you. I've seen it. This is the April Fool's. I'm sorry. I've been down this road before.
Its opening has become the running April Fool's joke on the Pleasanton Rants and Raves Facebook page for years. But there's nothing fishy about its opening this time. In fact, we went right to the source. It is coming.
It is. One day.
A Cook's Seafood manager. So it's not an April Fool's joke?
No, it's not. It will be.
It's
It will
opening.
be very soon.
I can't wait.
Yeah, same. Oh, sorry.
So for those who still don't believe, the lights are on, tables arranged inside, and the hiring has begun. The owners of nearby Bloomy's Flower Shop confirming they've even seen some signs of hope.
We know that there've been movement because we see cars coming in and then people working in there, whereas I guess for the past 5 years, there's been no movement.
So when they heard the news, it is opening, it was only natural to ask,
Is it really? Oh, do they have a date?
No. No date, but it's coming soon. All right, let me go to my cynical one. Paul Hagen, do you buy it?
I don't know. I mean, being allergic to everything that swims, I'm probably not going to find out one way or the other.
I live in Pleasanton, so it's been this fixture for such
Yeah.
a long time, so I had to break the story.
Yeah,
But
I mean, the pandemic probably had a little something to do with that.
there's a lot to it, but the only thing is I just didn't see any food, so we'll see you soon.
Seafood.
See?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I get it.
But
I'm going to go that way. Let's talk about what's happening weather-wise out there today. Had some moisture in the air as opposed to around aquatic creatures that one might dine on. Let's take a look at First Alert Doppler. The current view shows scattered showers. This is a more sparse distribution of showers compared to what we had even a couple of hours ago. And these leftover showers are going to be moving out as we head through the next few hours. As the sun goes down, sun officially goes down in 18 minutes. It's 7:34 this evening. It takes a lot of energy out of the atmosphere, so all of this is going to quiet down. Even even the last leftover showers in the North Bay should be going by the boards by the time the 11 o'clock news starts. And we're going to get into a much calmer pattern that's going to carry us through the rest of the work week and into the first weekend in April as well. Let's take a look at what you need to know as we head through the evening. A view towards Salesforce Tower from Salesforce Tower as the sun goes down. The showers completely winding down this evening. Mostly dry weather for the rest of the week. I can't rule out a sprinkle or two, especially on top of some of the peaks as we head through the rest of Wednesday and Thursday, but really we're going to be drying out. A gradual warming trend takes over as the dry weather takes hold. Pleasantly warm temperatures across the Bay Area this weekend. We should be a few degrees above average for a change, and that will be a nice change of pace. Tonight, though, as the skies try to clear out, temperatures are going to be dropping off. Most of us in the low to mid 40s, but in the North Bay valleys, down to around 40 or even into the upper 30s. Forecasting 38 degrees for Santa Rosa, Napa, and Fairfield by early tomorrow morning. Mostly low 40s east of the Oakland Hills, but 39 degrees in Livermore. Low to mid 40s around the Bay, and mostly low 40s in the Santa Clara Valley as well. These numbers about 3 to 5 degrees below normal and will be about that level, maybe 4 to 6 degrees below average for highs tomorrow. Only low 60s in San Jose. The average high is 67, so we'll be 5 degrees short of that. Low to mid 60s east of the Oakland Hills. Mostly low 60s around the Bay, with the exception of San Francisco falling just short of 60 degrees Wednesday afternoon. But some of the chilly spots tomorrow morning, Napa, Santa Rosa, Fairfield, Healdsburg, getting up into the mid 60s by tomorrow afternoon. And we're just going to keep steadily warming up day by day, and the winds will calm down day by day as well. But the winds will still be noticeable tomorrow, which means that those temperatures running 4 to 6 degrees below normal will probably feel a little bit cooler. Today we had widespread gusts in the 30 to 35 mile an hour range. Just a couple of those tomorrow, mainly close to the coast and just for a little while during the afternoon. And the wind will be less of a factor by Thursday. And if this went out another day, the wind would be even less of a factor by Friday. Looks like a very nice weekend as well, with no rain chances headed our way Saturday or during the daylight hours on Sunday. This little bump in our rain chances is for Sunday night into Monday, and it's just a little bump in the rain chances in the chance category. So less than a 50-50 chance of rain at this point. Something we'll keep an eye on. If it does happen, it's not going to amount to much more than a trace of total rainfall. And after that, temperatures are going to warm up even more. Look at the 10-day temperature outlook for San Jose. Temperatures are going to warm up into the mid 70s Saturday and Sunday. We drop back a little bit with that slight chance of showers early next week, but then really warm up to the low 80s for at least a couple of days, Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Something to look forward to if you're ready for a little bit longer taste of springtime. Let's check out the 7-day forecast. We'll start with the coast, where temperatures are going to warm up from the 50s the next couple of days to the low 60s on Friday to the mid 60s by Saturday and Sunday. That little dip on Monday, and then right back up to the mid 60s by Tuesday. It's a similar pattern around the Bay, but with more of a climb to our temperatures as we hit the weekend, right around 70 degrees Bayside, both Saturday and Sunday. And temperatures farther inland will be the warmest, to just 76 degrees in San Jose, both Saturday and Sunday. That'll be one of the warmer spots. Most temperatures are going to top out around between 73 and 75, so kind of averaged out a little bit. Little dip on Monday, but then right back to the mid-70s Tuesday, more likely to get up to around or above 80 degrees by Wednesday of next week. Jules?
Spring is coming soon. Paul, thank you. It's here. Still to come, Duke's Cooper Flagg might be the best player in the NCAA tournament, but his teammates don't let him act like a superstar.
This is the Northern California Honda dealers Madness Minute.
Duke will arrive in San Antonio as the favorite to win the national title. And the Blue Devils are hoping they pick up where they left off in the East region, where they won their 4 games by an average of 23 points.
Oh, we're live, huh? Who's ready to go to San Antonio?
The Blue Devils are led by freshman star Cooper Flagg. The 18-year-old from Maine is expected to be the #1 pick in the NBA draft. But his teammates do their best to keep Flagg humble.
He likes to joke around. He's a good guy. He's good to us, even when he's talking crap. But yeah, I mean, he's a great guy to be around off the court.
I mean, he's just a kid. Yeah. I mean, he's always joking around and stuff, but no, he's cool. He's cool.
With the Madness Minute, I'm Vern Glenn.
Coming up, why the most successful hitter on the A's last night may have been the bat boy. A rematch at Sacramento's Sutter Health Park tonight. The A's are trying to get their first win at their new home after an embarrassing 18-3 loss against the Cubs. But there was one standout hero last night. The game briefly stopped during the 7th inning when the umpires saw something near the left field wall. Even the players took notice. This is what everyone was looking at, a drone that came out of nowhere. Thankfully, Bat Boy Stewart, he managed to grab it and eventually hand it off to a security guard. No word yet on where the drone came from. Good job, Stewie. And we are bringing you the Battle of the Bay 2.0. It's a matchup between the San Jose Giants and Oakland Ballers. They're playing at X8 Park in San Jose, but you can catch all the home action tomorrow night, 6 p.m. on Pix Plus. Thanks for watching. The news continues at 8 on Pix Plus or 44 Cable 12. We'll see you right back here at 11 o'clock. No April Fools there. Have a good one.